My name is Jenna Pilant, and I'm a style-crazed full-time creative living in sunny San Diego. In 2016, my husband and I purchased our forever home, and now, in between balancing my upholstery business, our 4 dogs, and just life in general, I'm going to renovate our home room by room, project by project myself, with some fun help from a few of my friends along the way. And I'm going to share it all with you right here on YouTube. So, are you ready to see a room bloom? All right, y'all, the family room is all emptied and ready to go for renovation demolition, which has probably left you wondering, demo what? Well, I hope you haven't gotten too attached to that fireplace because it's going bye-bye. Wait, what? Yes, I know, it's a perfectly good functioning fireplace. Here's the deal. For starters, it doesn't match our style, and secondly, we actually were planning on keeping it as is and maybe painting it or something. But then when we were prepping for our first house guests back in 2016, we realized our television set would not fit where the hookups were. So I asked Dee to remove the top bookshelves for me, and that's when we learned that the sides of the fireplace weren't completely finished. Great. Thus, we came up with another plan. We would eventually have the fireplace redone. To prep for renovation demolition, I layered sheets of hardboard double thick across both the floor and the remaining cabinets, taping all the seams in between the boards with masking tape, and then laying drop cloths on top of the hardboard. All of this was done in an attempt to protect the wood from the falling debris. Fingers crossed it works. When it came time to start demoing, I was naively an eager beaver. Friends and family would ask, how long do you think it will take? Oh, you know, a day, maybe 2. Day 1 was excruciatingly slow. I mean, sure, in the beginning when the first 3 or so rocks hammered out nicely, I thought to myself, oh, I so got this. I made very little progress, however. Sure, I managed to get a few rocks gone from the right side, but then got frustrated and moved to the left side. It wasn't much better either. And then I found the mouse droppings. Remember in episode 1 when I told you about the total rodent infestation that the inspector missed? Yep, turns out that's one of the locations they were hanging out. Cue the safety mask. I felt majorly defeated after day 1 and seriously considered gluing the rocks back in place. But thankfully, after having a much needed pep talk with myself and a good night's sleep, I woke up on day 2 ready to take that fireplace down. And I made some good headway, at least on the right side. The left side, however, not so much. The rocks were once again not budging. So much for my 2-day plan. Because of the slow progress, I started to realize that renovation demolition was probably gonna take at least a week. Thus, if I could manage to get a good chunk of the top portion above the mantle out in the next day or 2, I could achieve my new goal of 7 days. And at first, it seemed to be working. I was moving and a-grooving with that hammer. But then, once again, it was slow going. So I stopped with the top portion and decided to spend the rest of day 3 working on the lower right and left sides. Made some good progress, but day 4 is really when things started to move. And boy, do I mean move. There was a portion of the fireplace in the lower front that was acting as a recirculating vent. And once I got a few of those rocks out, the rest started falling down, and I could finally start to see the base of the structure. Or at least what I thought was the structure. Oh, who am I kidding? I didn't have a clue as to what I was looking at. And that's when I decided to call my contractor friend Steve. Hey friend, it's Jenna.
Hi Jenna.
Hey, so I just got done demoing. It's the 4th day in a row. But anyway, I think I'm down to the base structure of the fireplace, but I'm not 100% sure what I'm looking at.
Okay. I've got the time tomorrow morning. That'll work for you.
Yeah, tomorrow morning's perfect.
Okay.
All right.
And we'll have a look together, okay?
Okay, sounds good, friend. See you then.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. I first met Steve in 2016 when we had Solar Watt Solutions put electrical solar on our roof. We hit it off from the get-go, me being the chatty Cathy that I am, asking way too many questions about the entire solar process. I'm pretty sure I talked his ear off, but Steve was patient and kind, and as it turned out, even had family ties to my home state of Nebraska. We've been friends ever since, and Steve was actually one of the first friends to really rally behind the whole room bloom idea, and thankfully offered to help me whenever I ran into a bind. Hey Steve!
Hi! How you doing?
I've made a mess.
Yeah, quite a project.
No,
More than you expected, huh?
a lot more than what I expected.
Alright.
So what do you think we got here?
I don't know. But let's have a look, see if we can figure something out.
I mean, I'm not done demoing, right? Not even close. Oh God.
Holy smokes.
Thank goodness for Steve. With his help, we were able to make tremendous progress on day 5. We finished removing the rocks from the front portion above the mantle, realized that the cinder block structure at the top of the fireplace wasn't a structure at all, and made the scary discovery that the mantle itself was only staying in place with the weight of the rocks.
Just a little move.
Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yikes. I'm just glad no one got hurt. After Steve left, I could finally see the light at the end of the tunnel and had this sudden burst of energy come over me. So much so, I was actually able to finish renovation demolition in 5 days' time. The only problem now is, however, what the heck am I gonna do with all this rock? Tune in next week to see how I'm gonna remedy this debris situation and start rebuilding the fireplace of my wildest design dreams. It's gonna be fun.